like you want to whisper in a place like this. So here I am in Mecca. And Mecca is a crazy little town. And I get a little bit in a hurry when I'm going hiking. And so I just grabbed a little quesadilla at Leon's Meat Market here in Mecca.
Turn left onto Painted Canyon Road.
I get excited and then I don't know, I don't really care what I eat. So I just grab a Gatorade, a Snickers bar, and a quesadilla that the guy made, and I don't even care because I just want to get to the trail and get into the slot canyons and get going. But I need to learn to slow down just a beat so that I don't forget, my first aid kit and some water. And you look at that and you go, well, I don't know. It's unbelievable. I've been there once. That is the Salton Sea.
Turn left onto Painted Canyon Road.
So you keep going to Painted Canyon Road, and then it gets a little bit dirt road. Cars do it just fine. Parking area is right there, and we're gonna hike in these incredible slot canyons. Follow the rock cairns, which are telling me to go along this way. But there's a ladder right up here. And when in doubt, look for boot prints. And they're everywhere. A lot of people hike back in here. I think the ladder's right up there. So of course, what did I do? I took the first left. That's not the ladder hike. It's a false trail because I was in a little too much of a hurry. So I've ended up, that was a good 20-minute detour. So if you're heading to the ladder hike, you wait till you see the big trail sign. The giant rock cairn arrow, and go right that way. Don't take that first left. And the first ladder will not be far away. And then you come to your first ladder. To drop down. Into the main chute here. And bam, just like that. Oh man, look at that. How awesome is this? And then you suddenly have a third ladder, which is 4 feet high. And off you go. And you're into the main slot canyon on your way up. And it's just gonna get more interesting from here on out. Whoa. Incredible feeling to be in this completely, I'm looking up hundreds of feet. And there are more ladders coming. It's just like the best little adventure ever. Oh, I just lost my fanny pack. Gatorade down. You feel like you want to whisper in a place like this. And so you're cruising along in the canyon here, and you come to these ladders that help you get to the next level. Nothing too extreme. And just looks like the Rancho Casablanca Hiking Club has provided this ladder. So there's just lots to wonder about here. How long did it take to carve this canyon? What should I have for lunch? Hikers are helpful people. This little tiny rock cairn, C-A-I-R-N, tells me to stay left here, because if you go right here, you're gonna end up in a dead end. So after the ladder section, which probably in that really narrow slot canyon for 15 minutes or so, you come out to a more wide canyon. As you wonder about it, you think like this. What's its overall shape? What's its size? Where do you see it with other plants? What elevation do you see? You start asking these questions as you meander sometimes your way toward the answer. So you don't have to Google it right away. In fact, you can't Google it right away because there's no reception in this canyon right now, which is a good thing. On a hike like this, it is a good idea, because there is no reception, to bring a trail map, actual piece of paper with the route on it. If you're getting a little tired, always stop and take a break. I know when I'm getting tired, when I am getting cranky, a little dazed, and when I start stumbling. You don't want to roll your ankle in a canyon like this. Do I love bananas? No. They get mushy and brown sometimes, and whatever. They're kind of, I need some chips with them to feel crunchy. But they're cheap, they're good for you, they're easy to pack, and they're easy to pack out. Never, ever, ever leave a banana peel, an orange peel on the trail. People think, oh, it's biodegradable, oh, it's a food. No. Yes, it's a food. Biodegradable is debatable, because especially in environments like this, if I left this on this trail here, not only would very few critters want any part of it, maybe some tiny little insects, it would take maybe 50, 80, 100 years to biodegrade. So never, ever leave stuff like this out in the wilderness. Pack it out. So that was the trail I just came up there. This nice large pile of rocks here shows the top of this sort of section of the hike. Salton Sea in the distance, right there, and then Painted Wilderness, Mount San Gorgonio there, Big Bear, I'm sorry, yeah, Mount San Jacinto, Mount San Gorgonio. Or did I flip those? And you just keep following the arrows. Follow the arrows. I think to loop correctly, you gotta go this way. Pretty sure. We'll find out. Sometimes you just don't know. And you just gotta wait and see what happens. Fun part of this, I've never been on this part of the trail. And I don't know if it goes back to where it's supposed to, but I think it does. Because there was another giant rock cairn arrow pointing this direction. And I've looked at it on the map. I know this thing loops back. I'm on a well-worn trail. So I don't fear for my safety here. But I've got a group of hikers behind me who haven't been on this trail before, and they think I know where I'm going. It's good not to know exactly all the time where you are. This entire gigantic canyon ends right up here. This canyon now is going to be cool to watch how it opens back up into the giant canyon where we were when we parked. Getting a lot of sand in my shoes. That's fine. one, these aren't the most stable things for hiking on, rocky paths. Two, they're super aerated or whatever, and so a ton of sand gets in my shoes. But it's not a super complicated hike. You can also do the Snickers test to see how warm it is. You don't have serious melting just yet. I can just hear this idiot in my head. Oh, I just had an orange, man, and I'm just, I'm gonna leave it here. They probably didn't say that. They just dump it on the ground. Or, hey, dude, you shouldn't dump that on the ground. Oh no, it totally biodegrades. No, it doesn't, idiot. It becomes a piece of cardboard that is not part of this native community of flora and fauna. Not part of it. So pack it out. What does it weigh? 3 ounces? Well, we've got a little rock sculpture garden here. Decorative, human-made, or alien-made cairns. And then it widens out. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can see the base of a slot canyon right there. This is really cool. 2 really radically different types of rock going on here. This pinker, darker, heavier rock is, I don't know what it is, but it's pinker and darker and heavier. And then just above is the more sandy sediment, lighter brown, that gets carved away by the action of water and wind and other forces of erosion. Whoa. I have never seen any rock formation like this before. Look at this zebra colored, worn smooth by millennia. Just more incredible colors and rock formation. Big boulders that I'm saying probably came from up above. Little mini ladder and then a little bigger ladder up there. Like my daughter does on the slide. You kind of go butt first. All right, so coming down, stuff like this, butt down. Not the ideal shoes, but it's not that big a drop. I wonder how that came about. And you know what? I'm not gonna Google it yet. Let's Google a little less and wonder a little more. What do you think? Wow. When's the last time you just came out and just explored without having to know exactly where you were or exactly what was going on? And that completes the Painted Wilderness hike. There's the little parking area. I can't emphasize enough what an amazing hike this is. I mean, there's Yosemite, there's Alaska, there's redwoods in Mariposa Valley. But this hike in Painted Canyon Wilderness in California is absolutely one of the most amazing things in California. So check it out.